think I don't know. They're playing the Lions, which is a solid team, but I don't think they're good enough to warrant like a week one risking Kelsey going down the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Welcome to the show, everyone. As always, I am Camtastic, and this is the Untitled Sportscast, where each and every week we bring you our hot takes, sometimes actually lukewarm or mid, on the events unfolding in the world of sports, as well as our insights into the fantasy world of sports. Ooh. This week I'm joined by my co-host, the Michelada the Poppy himself. What is up, Sergeant Rudass?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Also joining us this week, our boy, Tay. What's up, Tay?
What's going on? I'm excited. Week 1, 2 days out, man. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Don't worry, Tay. I'll get you a nickname soon enough.
It's as of right now, it's
Yeah,
K.
It's
no,
K.
Tay is a nickname. It's short for my actual government name.
That's true.
That's why
We'll find
that's where we're going. That's why we're going with K for now.
we'll find like a title to go with that name. But
The title's already Tay of the Top, but
nah, we'll find something
Yeah,
better.
yeah, we'll find something.
We'll get something going for you. But for those of you in the audience, remember that you guys can always tune in to twitch.tv/camtastic each and every week to catch us recording live. But don't trip if you happen to miss out on the live show. You can always give us a listen on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, let's start the show. All right. We should start the show with a little bit of talking about you guys saw Amazon Prime's new the new technology called Prime Vision. I mean, Rudas was the
Yeah,
one who showed me, so I don't know why I'm
yeah. So
asking him.
Prime Vision's already been out for a minute, but this year they're adding new AI features to it. It's actually pretty cool. So they're gonna give probabilities now based on ball placement, and there's gonna be like live features that as players move around the field, it's gonna give the probability of like who's gonna blitz, what play the defense is gonna run, and the offense too. Like which route's the best and which route they think it's gonna. It's pretty cool. It's honestly it's something that I think I might actually tab up as I'm watching a game with my regular um, cast, and then just have that on second screen just to see like how accurate the play callers really are with because one of the guys that I would really like in, watching is Tony Romo. Tony Romo's really good about
Yeah,
saying
he's hella good.
right here I do this and I do that, and fucking sure enough they run the play that he's calling. So it's gonna be a really cool feature if especially if you have a second monitor to watch on. Um, all these it's like they always had the first down line and the route runnings and stuff, but this new AI feature that they have that's gonna like predict shit, it's gonna be something to watch.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty dope. Tony, like you said, Tony Romo was really good. They locked that fool down for hell of a long time with
Their
that
best,
contract.
their best move.
Yeah,
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, like Tony Romo as a player, I wasn't a fan. As an analyst, huge fan. That guy, you can really tell that. Well, like he knew what he was doing when he was out there as a player.
Tape,
Just being able to read a play.
put your mic up. Tape.
definitely.
Oh,
To both of
you
those.
want that better?
That's way better.
There we go.
Okay.
Amazon needs to get into fantasy games. Obviously, you haven't played New World.
Who has to play New World?
Wesley, he said Amazon needs to get into fantasy games.
New World was pretty dope,
I mean,
but that's for a different podcast.
everybody already puts what's it called, fantasy scores. Like ESPN puts fantasy scores on their little tickers and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah. Well, Amazon does that too.
yeah,
I mean, like I remember watching games on Amazon last year, and they'd just be like, "Oh, this player has like 10 fantasy points right now." It's like, "Okay, cool." And then I remember last year's version of Prime Vision. And I thought it was pretty neat. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching the regular cast more than not. But the Prime Vision definitely adds a different element to your viewing experience.
It really does. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, it's interesting, all these advanced statistics and analytics and stuff like that. It's cool to actually, because you've been hearing about them in the coaching world for a little while now, but now it's, you actually see it. But yeah, to Gang Orca and Chat's point, to be able to sign into something, like, too bad there's not like a Yahoo fantasy app and you can just like keep track of your team like on the right side. But I mean, at that point we just watch on our computers and tab up.
Honestly, I think Yahoo has that locked down.
Yeah, everybody else
Yeah,
sucks.
Yahoo's pretty much the Amazon of the fantasy world. I know people have their preferences, but I
Yeah,
think the majority of people that I know just go with Yahoo because it's been there forever.
I've used every single one except for I think CBS Sports, but ESPN, NFL, not a fan. Um, Either of those, definitely not a fan of. But yeah, Yahoo's
Yahoo's
been.
goaded.
Plus, like, all my other leagues are Yahoo, and my fantasy basketball that I run's Yahoo, so it's so easy to just tab over between all my teams. But
I don't use Yahoo for shit else but fantasy.
I don't think anybody does. I think that's what keeps Yahoo floating.
It's the only reason why I have a Yahoo email account is from like when I was like 14, 15, playing fantasy football.
2001, homie. How old were you? Like 3?
I was 4, 5.
I wasn't far off.
See, I was an AOL guy.
Oh yeah, I started with AOL, but AOL didn't have a fantasy.
That's true. Oh, we're still talking about fantasy. I thought we meant just
Yeah.
internet. If you emails.
No, that's how long I've been running a Yahoo league, since 2001,
But
which definitely ages me.
yeah, I've been doing it since 09 or 10 or 11, somewhere around there. I think it was 9.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember. No, maybe it was later. Maybe it was 13, 12. I think so.
I
Can't
know
go good.
my first year of fantasy football was 2012, and that was ESPN, and we were doing just a family league.
I
But
remember
then the
that.
next year we moved over to Yahoo.
Ganger says, at least if Prime does that, it could be included in my already Prime account. You know what? I'm getting ready to delete my Prime account because it used to be all about that same day shipping or next day shipping, and now
Now
it's just 2 day
2 day.
shipping. So I don't really like, and honestly, like if I unclick the Prime button for shipping for the option, like shit still comes in 2 days anyways. So I mean, aside from wanting to watch The Boys, I have no reason to stay with Amazon
Or if I
Prime.
want to watch 60 ads for Twitch.
Right?
Hey, you know you love those 60 ads for Twitch.
God damn, I got sick. Dude, I went onto somebody's page the other day and it said 1 of 6, and I said, bye.
Yeah, I'm not watching this shit.
Nope. Sorry, you just lost a viewer.
It was me.
That's why
Right.
the people that I watch don't actually run ads.
No, it's not even their choice.
No, if you're an affiliate, ads run no matter what.
You can snooze the ads, but you get like 3 snoozes a stream.
Yeah,
But
it's the way of the world now.
I've never ran into ads watching, well, obviously U2.
yeah, because the subs and whatnot. But chat, free Prime subs. Also, I swear to you, this is a sportscast. I promise.
It is September.
I promise.
Yeah, Chad, it's September. Hook the homie up.
Yeah, stick it to Jeff Bezos. Jeff, give us your free Prime subs. No, but really, we are a football sportscast. No, I guess we're just sportscast because we are
Just
definitely going
sportscast.
to be talking about basketball. Definitely. But for now, we're going to be talking.
Baseball in another month when the Dodgers are in the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about the Padres.
Well, we're not going to be talking about them in a few weeks. There's not going to be much more to talk about.
Right.
Wait, are you telling me that you were talking about them a few weeks ago?
Yeah, about how we're not going to be talking about them next month. Well,
So what's week 1 looking like? What are we? I know everybody's already done their drafts. So who's already regretting making the picks they made with injuries coming up?
I'm not. I did enough research to know at least people are gonna be injured and whatnot. But I'm feeling good this year. I'm doing a lot of work and a lot of research, and so like, man, I've been picking up. I've already done like 3 transactions between the 2 leagues, and there's some good players out there. Even in our 12-man league, there's some players out there.
I think the only one that's regretting decisions right now is our boy Gang Orca in chat, who picked up one
Jonathan
Jonathan Taylor
Taylor.
Oh.
in
It
round
wasn't
what
even
one or
wasn't even the
two.
good one, the one from Home Improvement.
It was JTT.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Jonathan
JT.
Taylor. It wasn't Jonathan Taylor Thomas. No.
no,
Home
damn.
improvement bitches on the board.
Contract issues
Uh,
aren't as bad as injury. No, it's injury. It's not even contract.
Yeah, he's on the pup list, right?
no,
Yep,
no, no. It's not even injury.
it's not.
That's a fake injury.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Because he doesn't want to play.
it's because they couldn't come to an agreement fast enough. So their best bet to get him back on the field was the pup list, I think. Right? Is that how that
No,
worked?
no. Um,
Because he's on for 4 weeks.
what
Yeah, I
happened
know it's 4 weeks.
was he didn't. They weren't giving him a good contract, so he didn't want to sign the bullshit they were giving him, and they ended up saying like, oh, he's hurt, like a fake injury. But obviously there has to be some type of like real injury there, but I don't think it's as bad as people are just saying it is for him to be going onto the pup.
That's going to be the worst pick of the draft for this league because when he does come back, he's going to just drag ass out of animosity.
Yeah. No, Wes, his time to go to Miami's done.
Yeah, no, it's going to be all bad from here on out. I think he's
Mhm.
going to he's not going to do anything just out of spite.
Yeah. But I mean, when you
And
got free agents like Kareem Hunt just chilling out there.
yeah, and I think Kareem Hunt still has plenty of tech to give to a team. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
I'm tempted to stash.
he's not like an all pro back still, but he's still very good.
Yeah, I definitely think that after week one, somebody's gonna see Cream Hut sitting on the street, and they're gonna be like, okay, we really need to up our run game.
Thinking to see him in
So
a
let's
bump.
go get this guy.
He's going to be out there with Delonte West or what?
So I know. I was when you said see him on the street, I was like, damn. So I was like, damn,
No,
they're
no,
gonna
no, not
sooner
on
or
the
later
street, but
somebody's gonna see him on
the
World
the me-
Star and he's
the
gonna get swooped.
metaphorical street. You know, I mean, you're right. He still has enough juice left.
Oh, is that Kareem Hunt in
He'll
bum fights?
he'll he'll he'll
Hmm?
definitely add to a team.
Uh, I mean, why take a career over a bad season deal? Because he, I mean, what career? He's a running back.
Yeah, I
His
mean,
career's already halfway over.
You know?
it's an average lifespan of 2.5 years, or no, not even two
Yeah,
and a half years. It's like 2.26, I think,
And
something like that.
he's had 3 years, 3 years already now.
So
So
he's already exceeded expectations.
yeah,
so well,
and not only that, but it's just like his rookie deal's coming up, and they don't want to pay him what he's worth for the way that they use him, which is like a freaking bell cow.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think you're entitled to your money if they use you accordingly. Like Saquon Barkley, like they need to give him the quarterback money because that quarterback sucks. Or like isn't good, isn't pulling the weight of that team. Like if you're pulling the weight of the team, then you're entitled to that money.
And I,
Like Austin Eckler, like okay, he's a caliber back that like deserves okay, like to be paid a lot, but our money is going into our quarterback. So yeah, like
yeah, I agree in the sense that like with the Raiders and Josh Jacobs, he wants big back money, but he also had some injury problems, and where he just fell off the wagon where he was at when he first started in the league, and just had like really mediocre years because of injury. So there's that injury prone status that he has now. And yeah, he had a great year with us last year, but is it worth giving him big money knowing that he might get hurt again? So I don't know. I think a lot of NFL players have a unrealistic view of where they're at and where they're actually at. The whole diva thing, you know.
Yeah, like
This happened with wide receivers. What, like, well,
last year,
actually, never. Yeah, it happens every year. Never mind.
pretty
Yeah, I was
much.
gonna say it's always every year some position, some
Well,
player,
now Nick Bosa
just
wants to be the
some,
highest paid
j-
non-quarterback.
just some big name always has to be a diva, and especially when it comes to money. So
Yeah, I think Nick Bosa could be the highest paid defender. I don't know about highest paid non-quarterback. I,
mm,
I don't know if you're I don't know if you're deserving more than people like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, like these like big dollar receivers.
big dollar receivers still on rookie contracts.
Yeah,
That's the
but
other part to that.
but which receivers just got paid? I know Christian Kirk got paid hella big last season.
Hmm.
And he's
Um,
he's not even that good.
no,
I
he
mean, he's
killed it.
decent.
No, he killed it
He's
last
decent.
season.
He's a good wide
He
receiver.
earned his contract last season for sure. Everybody
Oh,
was
no
tripping
doubt.
like
I'm
about
not.
his
I'm not saying
contract.
like he
I
didn't
think I think I
earn
think
what he's
last year
getting.
I think last year was his only real big year though.
Not only that, but he's still pretty young, isn't he? He's like
Yeah, oh yeah,
what
he's young, but
sixth year in the league,
but
sixth
that
year.
I have to look into it more. But that started a chain reaction last season of all these receivers getting paid fat contracts, and everybody was like, "Thanks, Christian Kirk, for fucking up the market." So I'd have to look back at who got their contracts last year. But looking at those contracts, I know, like, even though I can't think of the players, I know that like Bosa is not more valuable than them.
Yeah, Kirk got an inflated contract.
Only because,
Like
yeah, yeah,
he's really good, but not the money that he got good.
especially at the time that he got the contract.
Yeah, because he was like one of the first guys to sign,
Yeah, he signed it off
and
the bat.
it's like what the fuck?
Yeah, Burrow deal incoming. That's why I was so glad that we got Herbert's done before Burrow.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
guys set that market for Burrow with Herbert's contract. I think that's gonna really mess up the Bengals, and they're gonna end up paying Burrow more
I think the Bengals
than
were gonna pay Burrow more regardless.
Yeah, I think no matter what
well.
they were going to. What's crazy is like it's a really quiet. Like him getting paid that much has been real quiet. Like it's the biggest contract in NFL history, but nobody's really like talking about it like that. I
Oh
think
yeah,
I think it's just
It's the
Herbert's personality.
it's the Chargers.
it's the
Yeah,
biggest average salary per year, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and Burrows is probably gonna be ballpark of that area, but
yeah.
also with Burrow's deal, it's gonna screw up their wide receiver room.
I think it's gonna script their. Didn't they just lock down Eli Apple?
Oh, you mean you mean
Eli
you mean
Apple
you
went to
mean
Miami.
AKA baby mama
Oh,
drama?
yeah, baby mama drama.
Oh,
Dude,
Who
I
am I
went
that's
down
thinking?
the
the
rabbit.
best thing
I
I've
went
ever
down the
felt in
rabbit. Hold on, I went down the rabbit hole on that story. Oh my god, bro.
Oh,
I don't even know how anybody's messing with that girl.
That's crazy.
Like,
dude,
what the fuck?
dude, I read that story last week when I saw it, and I just started dying. I was like, this is really Eli Apple baby mama, and like
She's the
two
most
other two other NFL players, right?
she's the most dangerous player in the NFL.
It's
She
crazy.
is, and she said I'll pay anybody to take out my baby daddy's kneecaps. I was
It's
dying.
crazy.
Uh,
That
She's
chick is
literally a
crazy.
player in the NFL.
She does more than most front offices,
she's building her own football team at this point.
right?
The-
These guys, it it's true. We do think with a different head, just so y'all know. Apparently,
Dude, Miami's gonna be scary. Why would the
Uh,
Niners need to hire her?
yeah,
I wouldn't want that anywhere near our organization.
you want to stay away from that.
Yeah,
You want to stay away from that. You don't want to hire her. You want to like sick her on somebody else, but you don't want to pay her because she apparently knows how to ruin everybody's lives.
yeah, right. And she's going after everybody's lives.
yeah.
But
The entire York family would be bankrupt if they hired her.
the Shanahans would be ruined. I think Miami's gonna be really good this year.
Then
Eh,
it it and
eh.
it's still Buffalo's division until somebody dethrones them.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I wanna, I
Miami's the
wanna, I wanna like,
Chargers of the
I wanna
NFC,
like,
AFC North
I wanna like Miami,
or
but
East.
Dolphins gonna Dolphin, bro. Just
I'm telling you,
suck.
they're the Chargers of the AFC East.
So I mean,
On
I'm
paper,
Tua,
they
tired.
look great.
Tua's just getting fucking ran to the ground. He's poor guy. I feel so bad for him. He's so good.
I'm telling.
I can't trust that the Dolphins do anything the right way. They pick up good players, but they just don't go about things the right way.
Yeah,
Well, what I'm telling you is that the Dolphins somehow are gonna tie one of their games this season,
do
and
you
they're
think
gonna
so?
end up being 9-7-1.
You think 9-7-1? Oh, I think that's a 10-win team.
Well,
Yeah,
I would have put them at 10 wins if they don't tie that one game.
What makes you think they're going to tie?
Because the Dolphins, they're like the weirdest team ever. Like they just find ways to like end a game in a tie. They've done it. They've had the most ties in the last like 10 years out of every team in the NFL.
Hmm. Well, I mean, wait, there haven't even been ties for like 10 years, has there?
yeah,
No, the Dolphins have had like 3 or 4 ties.
yeah. There's been ties quite
Because
a few times.
I no, but I mean, like when ties became a rule, I remember there used to not be ties, but then they started that new overtime rule, and then there was ties. They used to just play until the
No,
game.
there's
Oh,
still
there's
ties.
always been ties.
Yeah, we've still had ties. Oh my god, this guy doesn't believe me.
He's
No,
got to
because
go
I
look it up, you
remember.
guys. He's got to go
We've
look it up.
we've had at least one in the last 2 years, and more than likely at least one last year.
No, I know we've had them. I'm not saying have we had ties. Like, has anybody tied? I'm saying when did they introduce the tie to the NFL?
Oh, that was years ago.
Because we didn't owe it. I remember there didn't used to be a tie.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's when
The
they introduced the new overtime rules.
No, no, there's always been a tie. You just don't have a tie at the end of regulation. The tie is always at the end of overtime.
Well, no, I know there's no tie at the end of regulation, but like as far as there didn't used to be a slot for ties. They used to be. I'm telling you, they used to play until the game like it was next score wins after I forgot when it was, but or no, they used to just keep playing another quarter.
You must be thinking of college football.
No, because college has always had golden. What's it called? Golden goal.
Yeah, they
are
keep
you
going until
sure?
somebody doesn't score.
I don't know. It could be.
I,
It could
s-
be like
I,
Mandela
s-
effect.
I was gonna say I seem to remember ties for quite a few years now.
I was like, ties have been around since like the 70s or 80s.
I mean, that's all right. Let's do a random search. NFL standings, 2001. That was more than 10 years ago, right?
That's, yeah, of course. That's like 20 years ago.
See. Well, there's a tie column, but no
So
ties for that
overtime
year.
started in 1974. So there was ties up until 1974.
Up until.
Or so there was no ties up until 1974. And then that was when
Uh-huh.
they introduced the overtime rule.
God, now I'm over here looking up shit.
It's looking like I think 2002
2002.
was when it was reintroduced. Because what I'm seeing here was 1997 was the last tie.
The Falcons went 9-6-1 in 02.
Yeah. And then before that, the New York Giants tied the Redskins in 97. So it must have been 02. God, that's a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, see? I know what I'm talking about.
Wait,
He
what?
remembers. He was already 4 years old, bro. How dare you question him?
I know.
Now, now, now let's see
I
this.
knew it was
Let's see the
longer than
answer
I
to this one.
thought, but I didn't think it was that long ago. Because that's like 20 years. Man, those new overtime rules suck. Well, I guess they're not new, but the overtime rules suck. So we were talking about contracts and whatnot. That'll bring us back over to Joe Burrow's still day to day. You guys think he suits up week 1?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely. Yeah, he's looking like he's on track, which is, I mean, like it's a lot sooner than expected. Because I mean, but then again, medical terms in the NFL, you say several weeks. Several weeks really means we don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
He'll just be ready when he's ready, basically. So
Yeah,
so I think that he'll be ready. I mean, he better be ready. I'm hoping he's ready.
I mean, I was close to putting him in my sit him column, but like you can never really say sit
Not in week
Joe
one.
Burrow. But like my reasoning behind it was I had listed in our show notes his last 3 games against the Browns are he got 7, 13, and 16 points. Um
Now, is
and
that as a team or is that just him like
that's
fantasy wise?
his fantasy points.
Okay.
Um I don't know. Him he's not going to be as mobile when Miles Garrett's chasing him around back there. So we'll have to see. But like, you can never say sit him. Like, I don't think he's going to put up good numbers, but I, I just you can't ever sit Burrow pretty much.
Well, he's doing 7-on-7s right now,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's good news if you're a Burrow fan.
that's true.
I'm definitely gonna be
That's a
paying
good point.
attention to that injury report all week, just because I have Joe Burrow in our league, so I kind of need to know.
Fucking hoping.
Come Sunday morning, do I play Joe
Please.
Burrow or do I take the chance and go with Rodgers on Monday? Which isn't really a chance because either way, I'm solid for like at least 16 points.
Yeah.
But Burrow has higher upside,
This shit is
so
right as fuck.
Well, speaking of Monday night, Brees Hall is set to play. So good news for anybody who's got Brees Hall in their league. But since he's still recovering from the ACL tear, I don't think he plays nearly as many snaps as he will at least later on in the season. So have Dalvin Cook ready in your leagues because I think Dalvin Cook, this is his chance to prove himself.
uh, as soon as they made the Dalvin Cook signing, I never thought they were gonna rush Brees Hall back as soon as week one. I mean, like, especially considering he got hurt like what was it like week 4 last year?
Yeah,
It
quite
was
early.
against. I'm pretty sure it was against Denver, but also in that same game, I believe is when Javonte Williams went down, and Javonte Williams is starting this week too. So I guess they're both kind of on the same timeline.
Out there in Denver.
Yeah.
Well, that's another interesting development. I didn't realize Javante Williams was coming back this week.
Oh, he came back preseason week 2.
Yeah, he's been back
He
ready to go.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he played.
That's why I was jumping on him earlier than anticipated.
Yeah, I
But
remember
Yeah.
you were high on him.
like it's like it's probably my biggest gamble out of all my leagues. Cuz I got him in your league and in my league, and I'm not 100% sure that it's going to work out, but I'm, you know,
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta risk it to get the biscuit sometimes. The
yeah,
diamonds in
no.
the rough.
I remember seeing your draft board, Vic, and you got Javante in the 6th round, which I thought was pretty risky. I thought he could have gone at least 8 or 9, but
Big,
6th round,
I,
takes some real
I think
real
his ADP
trust.
was 70 something, I think.
Yeah.
So I jumped around for him, but we'll see.
dude, in Vic's league, his like it dinged me. It was like, oh, my worst player was drafting Justin Herbert in the 4th when he was slated to go in like the bottom of the 5th or something. I was like, yo, motherfucker, nickel and diming me over here.
Yeah. Those draft report cards, they're fucking stupid, dude.
So
I remember I won the league one year with a C minus.
they're clever.
Don't ever listen to them, folks. Draft report cards are stupid.
Miss Camtastic in chat says they're going to be using Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook. They said, "Yup, can't confirm. Makes sense."
Yeah, the injury was October 3rd last year, so week 4.
Okay.
And for Brees Hall, I believe it was that same week. Just double
Um,
check.
while you're checking on that, we'll move on. We have another injury this week. Mark Andrews. When I heard it this morning, I looked into it, and then Taylor, you looked into it a little while ago, and it was the same thing. It said undisclosed, so we're not quite sure really anything about the nature of Mark Andrews' injury. So it's really hard to give advice based on that. But hopefully, we're going to find out more as things come.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Mrs. Scamtastic, we're getting there. We're working our way down the injury report.
I read I just read up on Brees Hall. It was October 23rd against Denver. So he actually tore his 3 weeks later,
Mm.
or 3 weeks later.
Just,
So
just for that, we're
I
going to skip
find it
Travis
weird.
Kelce. We'll move straight on to Terry McLaurin, who is still dealing with turf toe.
Turf toe, man, that's a nasty injury.
It really is.
That's turf toe green.
Man, everybody,
Yeah,
turf toe goes down. Turf toe and hamstrings, man. I swear those linger.
Well, turf toe, I know. Who was the last superstar that got turf toe?
AJ Green.
Was it AJ?
Yeah, that shit lasted for like fucking 13 years. however long his fucking career
His
was.
career, his whole,
that's how long it fucking lasted.
the entirety of
Yeah.
his NFL career.
No, I remember that. It was he played like a whole season with turf toe,
I
and then
think
like the next year his toe was just still like fucked up.
I want to say, did Eli get it too? I know Eli had plantar fasciitis at one point, but I think he got turf toe as well.
I don't think Eli had plantar. I knew Peyton had plantar fasciitis.
Was it Peyton then?
Yeah.
Maybe Eli had turf toe then.
Yeah, Peyton had plantar fasciitis his last season in Denver, and he missed like a good portion of the games.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother looking it up. I trust you. Somebody look it up, chat.
So next,
should we talk about the obvious, the one that Miss Camtastic wants us to talk about?
I don't know. She keeps saying all of them already. She keeps
Scary Terry. She means Scary Terry McLaurin.
She must be. She's
that's what she's yelling about.
Spouting off all our news stories in chat. Spoiler alert, chat.
It's almost like she like knows what we're talking about.
Rude.
Somebody took a peek at the show notes, huh?
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, how she has access to our show notes, no one will know.
Well, we'll move on to Travis Kelce then, who hyperextended his knee today at practice. Rough. I've got him in your league, Vic. That was my first rounder.
Yeah, I remember. I was kind of surprised you took him in the first round. Honestly, I thought he would be a second round pick.
Hell no. Anybody? Yeah, Kelce was going to go in the first round no matter what.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't risk passing on him. I would have ended up getting like Stephon Diggs. I think was the next pick after that.
Yeah, Kelce doesn't go round 2.
I think late first round is probably okay.
Yeah, I was the 8th pick, so I was second to last.
Oh, you're the 8th pick? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
but like top 5, nah.
No, I wouldn't have gotten him top 5. I would have gotten Mahomes or Eckler or somebody else like that.
But a hyperextension.
I mean, I think there's no way he's playing.
No, did they do they didn't do X-rays or MRI or anything.
They haven't said anything yet, but I say there's no way. Like, I mean, the game's in 2 days, right?
Yeah. Hyperextension fucks your shit up, dude. You're gonna feel that shit for a minute.
Yeah, and they have to take care of him. Like Miss Camtastic said, he's not only their tight end 1, he's their wide receiver 1. So they really have to take care of him.
Yeah, let's put it this way: if he does by some miracle play, he's getting treatment all over for the next 48 hours, just to be able to try to play. Luckily, and even then, I don't think that's gonna happen. Week 2 is a maybe. I would say he's questionable week 2.
Yeah, this injury in and of itself has affected both, actually 2 of my in the stardom section of our podcast. yeah, this influenced 2 of my decisions greatly. But before that segment, we'll move on to our final noteworthy injury from the injury report, which is George Kittle, who, while he's doing sideline work, he still remains out. He's been out since mid-August with his abductor strain. So who the hell knows with George Kittle? He's up and he's down, he's boom and he's bust. When he's healthy, he's one of the best tight ends in the league, but that's not always the case. So
Who the fuck is George Kittle?
right.
uh,
Yeah, so I mean, there would I don't see him suiting up this week.
No.
with George Kittle, if he suits up, it's always a bonus for fantasy owners and fans of the Niners.
Pretty
But
much,
it's not expected ever anymore.
they have
Well,
enough
we got. I
weapons.
mean, we got a pro right here with us. I mean, what's the time? What's the general timeline for an abductor strain? Okay.
It depends on the grade of the strain. I didn't read into it too much. But if he's been out since mid-August,
It's got to be a pretty good one then, huh?
I would say, let me see what grade strain it is.
Well,
Because I mean, it just seems like there'd be more positive news for him.
yeah,
You know,
you
just
did.
we're days leading into the first week, and you think it'd be more positive news out there being like, oh yeah, we expect him to fucking be there.
Yeah. Well, going back to the Travis Kelce story, that actually, I'm going to segue that into our stardom or sit 'em segment. So my first stardom this week is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a clear number 1 wide receiver. He went first round, definitely second round in most leagues. And they're going up against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs were really, really bad in the pass game last year, and I didn't see much improvement from them in the offseason. They allowed the 7th most receiving yards and 2nd most touchdowns out of all fantasy defenses. So I would look for Amon-Ra St. Brown to have a really big game, being Jared Goff's favorite target and whatnot. Rudas, you got to start him this week. I figure we'll go around the table until we're out of them.
My stardom this week. Oh no, I didn't even. I'm not even gonna lie.
No.
No.
Is Javonte Williams
God.
that your stardom?
If you're willing to roll a dice, because I mean, who are they playing?
Playing the Raiders.
Oh, we're playing the Raiders. We're playing the Raiders, bro. There's your stardom right there. Start him. Javonte's gonna get 100. He's gonna run for 100, probably a touchdown. No, actually, our defensive line is actually not looking that bad. So, I mean, I think he's gonna get his carries and get some good yards. I don't think he's gonna run all over the Raiders, but that's actually probably gonna be a surprise for week 1, seeing how he does. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh shit, his ADP should have been a lot higher." And Sergeant Rudas was a fucking genius for drafting him so high.
Just brilliant. You
Just
heard it
the
here first,
smartest
chat.
person in the room.
Keep your receipts for week 2.
Because if Javonte Williams has a bad game, y'all know who to blame.
What about you, Tay? Who's your first stardom for week 1?
I gotta go with my first running back I took in our draft, Dameon Pierce. He is the Texans running back, and a good run game is a young QB's best friend. So I feel that the Texans will feed him appropriately, and hopefully he will find the end zone once, if not
What round
twice.
did you get him in?
I want to say I got him 3rd round.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's pretty high.
Oh my god, you fucking rookie.
Well, I'm not positive, but I think I got him 3rd round.
I'd have to go back and look.
I hope it's like the 10th round. Honestly, I was gonna say that's a great pick in the 9th or 10th round, but
Dameon Pierce?
yeah, bro, he went late in our draft.
Where the hell? I have him somewhere. I thought I had him in your league, Vic.
Yeah, we were talking about it. It was somewhere around the 10th round. that he went, and I'm like, fuck, I want to pick him up, and
You know,
it definitely wasn't the top 5 rounds.
I
I
Actually,
got
don't.
it was
him in.
closer to the 10th round, and I'm like, fuck, that's a good pick
I don't
Yep.
have him.
because
Yep. Nope. I got him in the 3rd round, 34th pick.
Damn, dude, Deion Johnson still. There's some fucking players out there, man.
Deontay Johnson's available.
Yeah, there's some players out there, and that's in our league. That's in the
Pick him
fucking.
up.
That's in
Pick
the
him
you
up.
know
12
who's
man league.
who's not available? Jamal Williams.
Nope.
Motherfucker's gonna go for a
First round pick.
175 yards and 3 touchdowns this week.
Yeah.
I
Is
just
that your
have to
stardom?
say, I hate
He's
you.
gonna he's gonna Naruto that shit into the end zone at least once this weekend.
Can you imagine if he's holding the football and just Naruto runs? That'd be fucking
Oh
sick.
my god, I'm gonna lose my mind if he does.
I hate you, Cam.
Because I got him.
Yes, very, very much.
Yep.
I we I'm sure I've told this story before on this, but we were sitting in the voice chat during the podcast, me and Rudas and Wes, and I said, I'm gonna get Jamal Williams next, and then sure enough, who's picking right before me? Cam. And who gets Jamal Williams right before me? Cam.
This guy.
Me and this guy and I go back and forth every year, just sniping each other's picks.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare that we don't at least snipe one from each other.
It always happens. It always happens.
I'm just happy I got Jamal Williams in my draft. Actually, I have all the Williams in my draft. Chat, if you guys didn't know, I'm renaming my team from Team No Sleep to the Williams family. Who do
The
I have? Jamal Williams,
Mike
Javonte Williams, Mike Williams. I might just drop somebody. I might just drop somebody and find another Williams to
Will
put on my team.
Williams. Well, I'm glad that I found in the free agency wire Sky Moore. That's my next stardom for this week. With Travis Kelce out, I think Sky Moore is going to see a lot more volume and targets. He's due for a breakout in his second season. He was a second round pick for the Chiefs. They spent good draft capital to get him, so I think Sky Moore is poised for a good game.
They traded up for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's poised for a good game, and he's available in quite a few leagues. So I would go out there and look for him. He's also one of my diamond in the roughs this week. I can tell you right now how much he's rostered in. Sky Moore is only rostered in 72% of leagues. So I would grab him.
Pretty high.
I would grab him if you need somebody. I tossed him in my flex spot this week, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Rudas, you got another stardom? Was it Javonte Williams or Jamal Williams?
Jamal Williams. Honestly, that's not a bad pick. I think because I just don't trust Kamara anymore. I don't like. He had a really bad year last year, and I know he was dealing with all the like legal issues and whatnot. But I think Jamal Williams is gonna get a lot more touches than everybody's anticipating, and he was really underused in Detroit. So
I agree. Yeah. And Kamara's out, right?
Yeah.
He's got like 2 games.
My news for you is that Kamara suspended the first 3 games.
3.
Oh.
Yeah.
3?
3.
That's even more of a stardom.
Right.
Yeah. So Jamal Williams, not only was he going to be my obvious stardom for this week, he was also going to be my diamond in the rough this week.
Oh shit!
Just because nobody, I mean, like, you know, leading rusher for touchdowns last season, but I just feel like he's severely underrated. He's never actually been like the lead back in his career. I mean, yeah, he was technically the starter last season with DeAndre Swift on the roster for the Lions, but he's never been like a feature back, and I feel like he has the capabilities to be one. And not only that, but he's not a diva. So
yeah, and he's a really cool dude.
Guy.
Yeah. On top of it, he's just a cool dude.
You kidding me? I could see Jamal Williams going easily for 100, couple TDs, and then in the post game conference being like, I'm gonna make this short and sweet because I gotta go home and play some Pokemon. You know,
he'd be like, I gotta go home and chill in the Quad B Discord. because that's what that fool would be.
I wish he was in our Discord. That would be amazing.
But so was that your next stardom, or you got another stardom for me, Tay?
That was my next stardom. I don't really think I have another one. Let's. I don't think I have another stardom for this week.
I'm gonna talk about. I'll move on to my stardom, then I'll actually talk about my next three stardom. Actually, I got a lot. I went ham on stardoms this week, but um, I got three of them in one game, so we'll just kind of cover all that. I think Geno Smith is a good quality starter this week.
I think Geno Smith just should be an obvious pick for people now after seeing what he did last season.
Yeah, I think he proved himself, and he's going up against the Rams defense, who is god awful. So I think he's a great start for this week, and obviously it's a rivalry game, and so I think he's gonna be a really good start. Which on the other side of the ball, Tyler Higbee is the Rams' best target. Their tight end with Cooper Kupp out. So I picked up Tyler Higbee in one league because he was still available. So I'm hoping he gets a high volume of targets from Matthew Stafford. Which also leads me to why Cam Akers I think is going to be valuable. I think he is. I think he is overrated.
Stop.
I like so before the draft I thought he was overrated. So I think he is overrated as a player, but I think that you should start him as long as Cooper Kupp is out. Until
Did
he
we
proves
even speak
otherwise.
about the Cooper Kupp
I'm not
injury?
putting any stock into Cam Akers.
Oh yeah, I think I skipped the Cooper Kupp injury.
Yeah.
That he actually left and took off to Minnesota and saw a specialist, but we don't have any results on that. So
Yeah, no results yet, but for all those Cooper Cup fantasy owners, the ones that took him in the first round, as he should be taken in the first round if when he's healthy, cross your fingers.
yeah, it's a tough pick to swallow.
Yeah, that's gonna, man. If they come back with bad news, that's gonna ruin so many guys' fucking teams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And seeing a
Because
specialist, seeing an outside specialist is never good. He lives in
no,
LA, so whichever
yeah,
specialist he has to fly outside of LA to go see,
yeah,
I don't think
not a
that's a
good
good
sign.
sign.
Because I mean, he's a top 3 receiver no matter which way you fucking put it,
Oh yeah, easily.
and it's fantasy wise. I mean, fantasy wise. I mean, and oh, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's a player that should request a trade. So I'll just quickly touch on my last stardom, which is going to be Jahan Dotson, who's the receiver behind Terry McLaurin out in Washington. We mentioned earlier Terry McLaurin's dealing with turf toe. Sam Howell's actually looked really good as a signal caller out there. So I think Jahan Dotson's due for a high volume of targets and some good points, especially in PPR leagues.
Yeah,
But
no, I was really impressed with Sam Howell in the preseason action I caught his highlights of, not a bad QB.
yeah, I
I didn't
think,
think he was a bad QB coming out of the draft last season, and obviously he's showing that he should have been the starter last season.
yeah, he did. I've heard he's done really well in preseason. So
Yeah.
do either of you guys have any diamonds in the rough? I guess kind of our stardoms have kind of crossed over into our diamonds in the rough a little bit.
Oh, I got diamonds in the rough,
Um,
bro.
Oh,
I
all
got
right.
diamonds in the
Let's
rough.
go.
I got my one diamond in the rough.
Lead us off with your diamonds.
My first one is I'm kind of being a homer with this one, but Jacoby Myers.
I knew it. I heard it. I seen it.
Didn't we talk about this last week?
We did.
We
But the
did,
season hasn't
but
started yet, so
the season hasn't started yet, and I mean, Raider fans are like always really high on Hunter Renfro, and obviously everybody's in love with Devontae, but Hunter Renfro didn't really get used the way he was supposed to be used last year. And if the system's the same as it is last year, Jacoby Myers is going to be the number 2 wide receiver in that system, especially with Mayer being unproven. Mayer is probably going to be the go-to guy for tight ends. But I can't really trust Mayer. I have him on fantasy team for my league, but I'm just like rolling the dice, hoping that like, holy shit, this guy's like really is like a second Rob Gronkowski. But I think Jacoby Myers is going to be probably the best second option for Jimmy G, um, until they actually figure out how they're gonna run the team after this first week. And then second, uh, Zay Flowers.
Ooh, okay. Say Flowers out of
What,
Baltimore.
what was he? He was the fastest receiver in the combine, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, Lamar's got that fucking arm, dude. I see this guy. Um, he's not really high on the radar. He's like expected to do good, but I think he's gonna be a surprise this year as far as like um what he can actually do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. And if Mark Andrews happens to be out for some reason this week due to his undisclosed injury, Zay Flowers, obviously his stock goes up.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
could turn out to be a really good pick.
Yeah. Well, my diamond in the rough. Almost like Vic, I gotta talk about my team. It's it's our second year tight end, Greg Dulcich. He I think he's primed for a bigger role this week, considering that we have a total of 3 guys that wide receiver that know the playbook. Um, Definitely gonna run the ball a lot, but I feel like when we go to pass, Dulcich will be there. He'll be open. Since Cortland Sutton should draw uh, majority of the coverage his way. So
Makes
yeah,
Let me just
sense.
let me just say this: you guys already had a great tight end, and
who
you traded him away.
who?
Noah, bro, come on.
Oh yeah, no, I that
Y'all
one was
don't
a
y'all don't
mistake.
fucked up with that one.
Yeah, but I mean
And that's actually
he was the asking
that's
price for
hey, that's
Russ.
the sleeper of the year right there. Honestly, chat.
Where is Noah Fant?
He's with
He
Seattle.
is in Seattle.
Oh shit. Okay.
Guys, watch
Yeah,
sleeper of the year. Watch.
Yeah,
it's like how we let Hunter Henry walk.
Seattle quietly has some solid weapons up there with DK and Tyler Lockett and Noah Fant, and the rookie wideout Jackson.
Yep,
Uh,
and Kenneth Walker.
yep,
Yeah,
their offense is quietly stacked.
and really all they have to worry about,
Seattle's making moves.
and that division's open except for the Niners. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
but
could see Seattle
And
being a
even the
wild card
Niners
this
are
year.
question mark this year, honestly, because yes, Brock Purdy did fucking great last year, but there's a ton of film on him now, and they're gonna have to figure out and see if they can actually reproduce what they did last year. It'll be
yeah,
interesting to see.
it'll be interesting for sure.
There's no telling quite how healthy he is. I know he's projected to start week 1,
Yeah, he's back, but we don't know if he's
but
actually back.
yeah, I mean, like he did have that UCL injury in his elbow, and I know that when a lot of pitchers in baseball have that injury, it's usually results in Tommy John, and they're out
They
for a year plus.
they could have kept Jimmy G. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I watched him in his last preseason game because they played us, and I was impressed. I think he actually looks, as far as his throwing is concerned, obviously it's a preseason game, but as far as like watching him throw the football, um, he looks he looks normal. But
My
as far as the quality of throws and to his opponents or whatever, with quality of opponents he's playing, that's something else. That's the
Mhm.
question mark that Rudas is referring to that I agree with for
Yeah,
sure. Um, but just as far as being able to move your elbow and throw a football, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I get that throwing a football is a totally different motion from throwing a baseball. So,
Yeah,
and
velocity, everything's different.
yeah, so definitely could he could be healthy enough to actually sling it out there. But like in preseason, we didn't. I don't think we really saw him air it out. Not
No,
like
not at
he
all.
has the ability to. I think it was more so like 10, 15-yard completions at most.
Yeah, those little dimes and dunks.
Yeah.
But my diamond this week, I already touched on him earlier, was Sky Moore. I think Sky Moore's stock has gone up since Travis Kelsey's out. I think he's a good stash from anyway to keep on your bench because I think he's due for a breakout. And there's no receivers out there. I mean, you can say Valdez Scantling, but not really. Um,
He's a go ball guy.
yeah, and there's just I don't see anything out there. And with Kelsey hurt, there's even less. So I mean, Isaiah Pacheco is great, but you can only throw to your back so much. So
Yeah, right until they figure it out. Like, hey, you know what?
yeah,
We just need to keep a guy on him.
exactly. So well, all right, gentlemen. I think that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Sergeant Rudas, thank you so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure.
Tay, thank you for joining us as well.
No problem. I wish everybody good luck this week in fantasy.
Shut up, Tay. You suck.
Yeah, y'all suck.
I'm not even playing you this week.
I don't
Eat
give a
it.
fuck. Your team sucks.
Eat it, Stanley.
You're gonna lose to the guy with the worst name in this fantasy league.
Let's ride.
Exactly.
If I lose,
I would
if
have
I
used. I
if
would
I
have
lose,
used
if I lose to if I lose to Kyle, I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm done.
I would have used a different term, but I'm pretty sure it would have gotten us canceled. So
My
I'm gonna use it.
name is timeless and classic. Bolts and hose.
It is timeless and
Just
classic.
Here, you know what's not timeless and classic is your shirt because that thing has a time on it.
and it's now,
That shit,
baby. It's
that,
now.
that shit's over. It's gone.
For our audio listeners, I'm wearing a San Diego Chargers shirt.
And I'm gonna buy you an LA Chargers shirt for Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be Bear's new chew toy.
You know the funny part is he got it like last week.
I did. Gerline ordered it for me. She found it online for me
Nice.
because I don't have any Charger shirts except for the cursed one.
That should be an arrestable offense. It's a defense.
You call it cursed. Why is it cursed?
It's cursed because every time I wear it, we lose, and it's the only piece of Chargers gear I have that doesn't that has LA on it. Like there's like the little Charger shield on it that has the horse head and it says L and A on it.
Oh God.
And whenever I wear it, we lose. So
Hey, that logo is fucking sick though.
it's the cool. It's the Spider-Man shirt too. How you have the Raiders Wolverine one. It's
Mhm.
my Spider-Man one.
Oh,
So
okay.
Oh man.
I was gonna rip it up after last year, but I just wear it during the off season because it is a cool shirt.
Dude, I still got a gnome to like destroy and like burn.
Yeah,
I gotta get rid of the bad juju before the season starts.
no, you keep the juju.
You got Russell Wilson, bro. There's
No,
you
no, no.
gotta wait. You gotta wait for that to play out.
So there's a lore about this gnome. Um, 2016 we won the Super Bowl, right? My dad goes out and gets a bunch of like Super Bowl 50 like commemorative gear.
Hmm.
One of them being this garden gnome. Ever since that garden gnome has sat out in the front yard, we have not had a winning season. The gnome has to go.
Well, there's only one way to get rid of a gnome.
Yeah, you gotta burn it and beat it.
You have to shove it up your butt.
You have to eat it. Everybody knows that.
Wait, so the butt stuff wasn't real?
No,
So
that's not why they're pointed.
okay, well, that was a waste.
He's all here, Tay. Here's your gnome back. Well, that really is going to wrap it up for us tonight. Thank you both again for joining us. Audio listeners, remember that you guys can tune in at twitch.tv/camtastic each and every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time to watch us record the show live, just like Mrs. Camtastic, 11 Bang Bang, Gang Orca 13 are tonight. Or if you happen to miss the show, don't trip because you can catch it on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you guys give us a follow and a like. That way you guys can find out whenever we post our new episodes. So you guys can get the latest and greatest in sports news and fantasy advice. All right, guys. We'll see you again next week.